Welcome back, everybody. In this video, we are gonna talk about 1080p 120 Hz upscaling to 4K versus 4K at 60 Hz. I'm gonna give you guys my insights and my take on those two settings for gaming, and then at the end we'll talk quickly about IMAX enhanced audio. And FYI, in future video, I am gonna be reviewing a KEF speaker, particularly the one that is for Dolby and Atmos for your heights channels, and it is the R series by KEF. So subscribe for more. Now, why are we still talking about 1080p upscaling to 4K for gaming? Simply because some 4K TVs has the capability to run 120 Hz, but at a lower resolution. For those who want to test if your 4K TV is 120 Hz compatible, first of all, if you own a PS5 or Xbox Series console, go to the options in your system settings, look for something that says 60 Hz. If you don't see the option for 60 Hz, then your TV is not compatible. But if your TV has something that says 60 Hz and you're able to click on it, switch it to 120 Hz, and then see where your resolution falls under. Now, through a little research, 4K TVs in general automatically upscales everything, or tries to upscale everything to near 4K. The question is, and it's a very subjective one, should you force your console on 1080p or just leave it in 4K? In other words, if you leave your console on 4K, it will run in 60 Hz refresh rate, and leaving it on 1080p will get you that 120 Hz refresh rate. Two things, side note, to force the console in 1080p to disable 4K, I believe that's only on the Xbox Series console. And also, bear in mind, if your 4K TV can do native 4K at 120 Hz, that is currently the best option, the best settings. But if your TV can't do that, I personally believe it'll look better when you set it to 1080p running at 120 Hz. Now, people will say the best settings is if you can't do 4K at 120 Hz, it's better if you do 4K at 60 Hz. Leave your settings in 4K 60 Hz. It'll be the optimal settings, and it will always look better. That may be true, but if you have the option to go 120 Hz, even with the lesser resolution, that higher frame rate will make up for it, and especially for gaming. And then that smoothness will help you a lot better with the movement, right? And to some, such as myself, I think that not the resolution, but I think the picture actually looks better in this scenario because the edges of the resolution won't be as soft as far as graphics go. Now, when I compared my Xbox Series X running native 4K at 120 Hz versus 1080p at 120 Hz through different TV sources as well as different processors of mine and different AVRs of mine, through all those tests, what I found was that the differences between running 4K at 120 Hz versus running 1080p at 120 Hz, for picture quality, it was minimal. And running both on 120 Hz, frames per second for gaming, the movement was pretty much identical. Even though when I ran 1080p at 120 Hz, when I forced 1080p at 120 Hz, I didn't have the option for HDR. I didn't have the option for auto low latency, nor did I have VRR, which is your variable refresh rate. Even with all that off, the movement was still pretty smooth. So To reiterate, if your TV has the capabilities to do 120 hertz at a lower resolution, that is the best option. And the differences between 1080p to 4K for picture quality was minimal. You pretty much gotta go up to the TV and compare this side by side, but it was not a game changer when you compare the 4K natively to the 1080p to upscale just to get the 120 hertz. And if your TV can do native 4K at 120 hertz, of course, that is the best optimal settings to date. I just want to clarify that I'm not saying 1080p resolution, whether you upscale or not, is better than 4K resolution. I'm only stating that I prefer running games on native 1080p at 120 hertz over 4K at 60 hertz. Now, quickly about IMAX Enhanced before I go, and particularly IMAX Enhanced Audio. I'm still waiting for that to come out. One of my processor, particularly the Marantz AVR or AV7706, is compatible for IMAX Enhanced Picture and IMAX Enhanced Audio. My OLED TV doesn't have the IMAX Enhanced logo, but through Disney Plus, I'm able to have the IMAX Enhanced picture ratio. But I'm assuming because I don't have the IMAX Enhanced logo on my TV, it's not true IMAX quality or set by IMAX to have that IMAX Enhanced. So for those that don't know what IMAX Enhanced is, IMAX Enhanced is a feature that meets quality standard set by IMAX, and the immersive sound will be brought to you by DTS:X. And I'm a big fan of DTS:X. I prefer DTS:X over Dolby Atmos. And I'm assuming when the IMAX Enhanced Audio decode comes out, I'm assuming that on my processor, on the LCD screen, I'm assuming it'll say DTS:X IMAX or DTS:X IMAX Enhanced. But if anyone has any details about that, particularly IMAX Enhanced Audio, please comment below. Keep it friendly. But that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. Like, share, subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Hooded Dragons out.